I am very excited to record this video. Now, the title of this, depending on what I put, it will be related to Duolingo, might sound a little braggy. And yeah, it's kind of supposed to be that way. But the point that I'm trying to convey here is from my experience, was it worth it? I've done more than 3 years doing German in Duolingo. For reference, I live in Tennessee. There are very few German people. I'm only taking German because my dad's side of the family speaks it. And they fled from Germany in the war. They are Germans. That's why I'm learning German. No schools around here teach German. There's no German club in my school. There's no German class. So it's just me doing Duolingo, maybe listening to some German music, watch a German TV show every now and then. But the point is, I spent 3 years, easily minimum 10 minutes every day, besides, maybe a few streak freezes. 10 minutes every day, maximum half an hour, maybe a little bit more than half an hour. That's a long freaking time. I don't know how long that is, but that has to be a few days. That's probably even more than a week. That's way more. I've done Duolingo for more than 1,100 days. I know 3 years is 1,095, but I've gone a little bit past that. I think it's like 3 years and 20 days now. So the question that you probably clicked on this video for, and the question which I'm most excited to share, is was it worth it? Short answer, no. Long answer, yes and no. So let me explain. The reason I say no, that Duolingo wasn't worth my time, is because after a certain point, you do not experience German, in this case, or your foreign language, in your day-to-day basis. The only time that I am actually experiencing German is when I'm doing my Duolingo lessons in the morning and the night. 10 minutes each, 20 minutes, let's say. 20 minutes out of my 24-hour day to be exposed to the language is not a long time. And if I'm being quite frank, you can't fully learn a language from Duolingo. If all you're doing is doing Duolingo, I guess a bit more advice for that, unless you are like writing stuff down, spending an hour a day on there, which nobody really wants to do, you're really not going to learn the language. I'm sorry. Yes, I can speak German. Yes, I can write a paragraph in German if I needed to. But if someone were to speak to me in German, I could string together a sentence, maybe two. I could ask them where the library is at, because every language. The Bibliotheka is oh so important. I don't know why they ever teach that stuff. But the reason I say yes is in the beginning it was. The first year that I did Duolingo for German was the year that I learned the most. I will say that by far. And I think that it is very, how do you say, it is 100% worth my time. And if you're doing Duolingo or you're doing anything, you have to be consistent with it. Consistency always wins. I will say that, hands down. I'll get back to you in a moment. Maybe that was a good jump cut. I don't know. We'll see. But sorry about that. My dog was barking. Just I think she needed to go outside or something. Anyways, what I was saying about Duolingo is, yes, it is worth it for the first year for sure. But if you're not consistently actually trying to learn it, it doesn't really matter. And the reason I would say no, it's not worth doing it for 3 years, is because after a point in time, you're not doing it to learn the language. Excuse me, I need to catch my breath for a moment. After a period of time, you're not learning the language. For the last year, all I've been doing is the exact same story in Duolingo. I have it memorized by heart. I could read you the entire story in German. The only reason I was doing that was to keep my streak. I didn't care about learning German anymore. Now, yes, that can be because I'm not really as committed to learning German, because, well, I think the best way to learn a language is to go to the country. And I guess this video seems a bit more informative about languages, but I would say it's a good one about consistency, about how consistency actually, matters. You can have ineffective consistency. Like I said, Duolingo for the first year, relatively consistent. I was doing full lessons, I was learning words, I was practicing words. It was going pretty well. But after that, the consistency was just there to get it over with. Now, on the other hand, I've recently started doing French because it keeps up my streak either way. And I'm actually taking French in school. So I have like an hour and a half of French every other day. That's definitely a lot better than doing 10 minutes of Duolingo every night. And I would say, I guess more specifically for learning a language, try and expose yourself to as just as much as possible. But in a business sense, this is what this video is about. I'm not here to talk to you about a language. I'm talk to you about how to own an online business or an agency in my case. Consistency 100% matters, and consistency will get you there. But without proper execution, there's no point. Yes, you can do 100 cold calls, but if you're doing single dials and you are like talking like this to the cold call guys and they don't really feel your energy, you just kind of want to like be there, you're like talking, sleeping at the same time. There is no point to that. That will not book you any meetings. Those 100 cold calls might as well just be thrown out the window. If you want to do cold calls, in my mind, it's better to do 100 double dialed correctly, right, talking like you really want to talk to them. You are very excited to get them booked on a meeting, and it's your main goal. They either hang up or they book a meeting. That's it. Rather than do 200 of the monotone one that I was just doing. So, with that, I don't really have anything else. Share my experience with Duolingo. I would definitely recommend, if you're learning a language, more specifically, any language that is taught in your school or nearby, please engage with those people. In the business sense, consistency matters how you do it. You can be consistently bad, and I hate to say that, but you 100% can. Well, I really enjoyed creating this video. I think that I actually have some very good experience with this, and maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more in the future. But I'm really looking forward to the next video as well, because that one has a really good topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit, and I finally put it into a video. So until then, subscribe, leave a like, it's free, and I will see you in the next video.